Hey guys, this is Alan with Keepical. We're keeping groups together. I wear many hats, but most of you know me as a mastermind group facilitator and a program director. Today I'd like to talk to you about how best to onboard new members into your group. First things first, you really need to provide good structure for the group that they're going to enter. And a good first step there is to develop a set of written guidelines against which you're going to run the group. And in those guidelines, you would want to include things like, say, an overarching mantra. What is it? Why is the reason you guys are coming together? Perhaps common interests that the members share. Also, rules of conduct or shared expectations. These kinds of things sort of become a way that the group is managed. So put it in writing and then manage from that. In other words, stick to it, refer to it from time to time, get each person to agree to it. So now, let's say that you've got a candidate there in front of you that you're working with, and that you feel like this, from your casual conversation, you feel like that this individual is a good fit for the group. You've pitched your concept and included the overall idea of what it's all about. It looks like there's a good match. Both of you seem to be in agreement on that. You've got a yes out of the individual. And so that in and of itself really needs to include a proper screening. And some of the kinds of things some examples of what a good screening might include would include, say, good alignment with the group's shared expectations, the way it's conducted. They have the time both on their calendar to align with the meetings whenever your meetings are, but also to accomplish some of the things they might commit that they're going to do with the information they learn from the groups between meetings. They have the resources. For example, they have the money to pay dues, should you have dues. They have a proper attitude. This is not just about taking, this is also about giving to the other members in the group. They understand the culture and the way you guys operate. And their own personal goals align with the goals of that of the other members and what the group mission is. So if all of that's really working for you and the candidate, I would say just move right on to getting a real confirmed yes, a solid yes, not just a verbal yes. And I think the best way to do that is to get them to sign some documents. I'd have them ready to go. That are show commitment. You've got something in writing. And I like to assign some homework from there. So I'll ask the candidate to submit an application that the other members are going to look over, like what's their background profile, maybe their business background, that kind of thing. And that allows the members to say, okay. Other kinds of homework, it could be that you want them to join a forum that takes some steps to do that, or create a profile, an online profile, to maybe perhaps go ahead and mark their calendar a year out to set aside that time. It's something that you want them to do to show that they truly are committed and that they will follow through, say, within the 1 week or the 3 days or whatever it is you agree to. So the next point I think that's really important for making sure that your member onboards well is that you yourself need to set the example for how you want that individual to act. If you conduct yourself the way you want your members to conduct themselves, then all of your members will mimic that. I was told once, we're always on a stage with bright lights. Those people that see us will judge us based on what they see, and then they will react to us and interact with us based on what they see and witness. So just allow them to mimic the way you act. So you would show up on time, you respond to emails in an expedient manner, things like that, then your members will tend to do that as well. So that's a great first step. You really need to make that first meeting for the member and the second and really the third member meeting a special experience for that individual. And the way to do that is you have a discussion with the other current members before that first meeting that the new member comes on board. And what you want to do is get them to remember their first day and how they felt. And they felt like an outsider. They perhaps were very nervous and they weren't really sure what to do or how to act. And if the other members in the group are sensitive to that, then the thing that we as humans tend to do is when we've got somebody new that comes into the tribe, the herd, we tend to be very suspicious because there's when they're most likely to drop out. And so if we combat that and make that individual feel welcome and heard, we listen to them and treat their input with respect, they will become part of the group much quicker, and it'll reduce a lot of stress for them. So that's a really important step. So that first 90 days, or 3 meetings if you meet once a month, is a really critical transition point for an onboarding member. What you want to do is be sensitive, especially to that new member, about how they conduct themselves. So if having them RSVP to a meeting is important, then look for that and really call them out if they don't do it. If they're to check in with the group each week, then look that they do that and make sure they do it. Are they fulfilling their commitments? Are they giving really honest, true commitments? Are they showing up to the meetings on time? Are they fully participating? Are they really paying attention? All these things that might be important to you, be especially sensitive with that member during that first 90 days. And here's the reason why, is that our motivation when we first join a group is to fit in. And the way we fit in is that we conduct ourselves the way that we feel the group wants us to. Once we establish a certain comfort level, we begin to test the edges and build habits based on what those in the group allow us to. So if the group allows us to start showing up late or not fulfilling our commitments, then that becomes our norm. So just be firm about the way that you want them to act in that first 90 days, and then they'll be much easier to deal with later because they know the edge is right there where the rules of conduct are. So just to recap what I've gone over here, basically give your group good structure, do a good solid interview, do proper screening, set expectations about what it is that you would like out of them, get things in writing so it's crystal clear, assign homework, set the example yourself, be a good member yourself, discuss things with your current membership before the new member comes on, be especially sensitive to their conduct and how they act and how they feel that first 90 days when they're going from testing the edges to becoming a comfortable part of the family. Be especially sensitive to those habits. Be firm but fair, and then allow them to transition into that family-like unit after that. So guys, I hope you really got something from today's video clip. I'd love to hear from you. Be sure to give plenty of feedback and comment. You can comment here, or you can contact me at Keepical.com. We're keeping groups together.